Tokugawa period economy and society. In order to increase the power of the shogun and decrease the power of the daimyo, the Tokugawa shogunate created and enforced social laws. These laws were based in part on Confucian ideals of the well-ordered society, in part on wise political strategy. Some of the Tokugawa government's rules were about the four social classes: the samurai, farmers, artisans, and merchants. The samurai class was officially the highest social rank in the Tokugawa class system, other than the shogun, daimyo, and emperor. During the preceding era of civil wars, the samurai had served their regional lords or daimyo as warriors. Now, in the Great Peace of the Tokugawa period, the government required samurai to move off the land and into castle towns. There, they served their daimyo as bureaucrats and attendants. To show their elite position, the samurai were permitted to carry swords and wear luxurious fabrics such as silk. By law, however, they could not participate in trade or farming. Thus, samurai found it difficult to profit from peacetime pursuits. As a result, many samurai, though high in status, grew poor during this period. With the movement of the daimyo and samurai into regional castle towns, Japan underwent a period of rapid urbanization or city growth. Building roads, houses, and government structures required skilled labor. Workers required housing, food, and other services. Businesses sprang up to supply the needed materials and goods. Castle towns grew greatly during the period as they became regional centers of trade and government administration. To improve economic growth, the Tokugawa government established a monetary system with standardized coins. This system greatly simplified trade among the regions of the country. Meanwhile, the three lower classes profited from a growing population and growing urban centers. Farmers, who made up 90% of the population, became increasingly well off during the period. As more land was made available for agriculture, farming techniques improved and food production grew. As cities developed and expanded, the urban demand for goods other than food allowed farmers to produce silk and other products in small-scale rural factories. Artisans supplied the skilled labor to build the great castle towns and to maintain and build the roads, bridges, buildings, and infrastructure of an urbanizing society. The merchant class, officially at the bottom of the Tokugawa social pyramid, benefited greatly from the period's economic growth and rapid urbanization, growing prosperous and powerful during the period. The samurai, whose incomes were still paid in fixed amounts of rice, had to trade their rice for cash with the merchants who controlled this exchange. Samurai owed more and more money to merchants. They borrowed from merchants to have a lifestyle they couldn't afford. During the Tokugawa period, merchants grew wealthy selling the products and services desired by commoners and samurai alike. The merchant class created a new style of life and art, showing off their wealth and power, enjoying the theater, hosting boating parties on city waterways, and frequenting restaurants and tea houses. Their lavish or very wealthy lifestyle was celebrated and recorded in woodblock prints of the period.